What is going on, guys? DBG here, and in this video we are going to be talking about the top 10 cards in NBA 2K21 MyTEAM for less than 10,000 MT. Sorry, not 10,000, 5,000 MT. So before we get on to it, if you guys are new to the channel, subscribe. We upload more MyTEAM content here than anywhere else, and we are trying to hit 225,000 subscribers by the end of the week. You got 4 days left to do it, and right now we are about 750 off, so we're going to be really close. Also, a huge shout out to, or huge thanks to everyone for all the support recently. Like, look, we've hit 1 million the last 2 weeks, which is absolutely crazy in terms of views. So yeah, anyway, now we're gonna get on to it. So for less than 5k, it's all gonna be by position, because I'm telling you right now, there are a lot of really good, or there are not a lot of really good point guards, but this card is over 5k. Like, just Chris Paul's just better, just a lot better than them all. So Chris Paul Amethyst, he's sometimes under 5k, sometimes over 5k. Right now he's around 7k. Over any of the point guards, I would still suggest to spend a little bit more on Chris Paul. Like, he was initially going to be like the poster boy of this list. However, he's now above 5k. This guy's price fluctuates between 3 and 8k almost on a daily basis, but Chris Paul is fantastic, lads. He's fantastic. So now we are on to number 10. And number 10, because of the weakness in the point guard position, there are two ways you can go about things. You can either go all defensive or all offensive. But the one player I'm going to say for the all offensive, Trae Young, man. I would take Trae Young. I would take just his ability on offense, the Pantheon Trae Young, over, for example, a Gary Payton's defense, over a Patrick Beverley or a Chris Paul's defense, but there are not many great point guards. But you're looking at about 1,300 MT for a guy like Trae Young. Not only is he, he's good, trust me, online. He's a really good limited card. As well as that, he's more than usable on offense, especially if we're talking next gen, where defense and badges and stats don't matter quite as much, because you get the good on-ball bump animations. So Trae Young, 6'1", so yes, he's undersized, but look, 30 gold badges. The 30 gold badges include circus threes, deep threes. He's got handles for days. He can curry slide. He's got dead eye. He's got flexible on current gen. He's also got silver quick first step, which is okay. Silver unpluckable, which is fine. He's got an 86 3 ball, which you might think is not great, but trust me, like, he can, if you get his release down, he's going to green, and he's going to green fairly consistently, lads. So he's not going to dunk it, but he's got good ball handle, got pretty good speed to ball and acceleration, and yeah, his lateral quickness is shocking. So you're going to have to hide him, but like, you've got a lot of choice. When you're looking at less than 5k MT, you do have choices. You basically have to either go with, say, a all defensive player like Gary Payton, or you can go with a Kyrie Irving Amethyst, but he's not Pantheon. You go with a Kyrie Irving Amethyst, but I think he does the same things to Trae Young. But in my opinion, Trae Young's just better. Like, what's Kyrie Irving Amethyst, like 3.5? He's more than I put him for 3k yesterday. So he's around 4k, and in my opinion, Trae Young's just better. Trae Young's just better. They do very similar things. Neither of them can play any defense. So yeah, that is it for number 10. We're going with Trae Young. And number 9, this is an underrated card, because the batch of cards he came out in was incredible. Like, the batch of cards was absolutely incredible. And it's Big Baby Davis. Glenn Davis is not terrible. He's not terrible. Like, the guy you can get right here. Okay, I am putting in the wrong thing right there. I was very confused about why his prices was like that. Like, you can get him for around 2-3k MT. Like, he was cheaper than that even the day he came out. But I think people are starting to realize he's alright. So, and as a cheap power forward, there are other players I would suggest. But you're looking at a guy who's 6'9", has got base 38, which is a really good release, and nice and fast. Was a half back down Punisher, got 21 gold badges, including like Heart Crusher, Intimidator. He's got Rise Up. He's got Set Shooter, Catch and Shoot on next gen. His release, obviously, really good. 83 ball is fine. Like, it is perfectly fine to use. 88 mid-range. He's got a good driving and standing dunk. He catches lobs really well. Yeah, he doesn't have the greatest ball handle in the world, but his speed is fine. Like, 75 speed is not great. It is fine at this stage if you're at an extreme budget. And not the worst lateral quickness in the world. Yeah, this card isn't anything spectacular, but in-game with the way his release is, He kind of reminds me of like an AK-47, but I like his release. Like, you can definitely argue a bunch of guys in this position, and most people would argue, for example, that AK belongs in here, but maybe it's recency bias. Well, say not AK. AK is here. That say a Bailey Howell or a Boris Diaw belongs in there, but for me, I prefer Big Baby Davis. And now we are on to number 8, where we are going to talk about the card that I don't know why I brought up, but we are going to talk about the Flash Andrei Kirilenko. So Kirilenko is a card that has very, very much still gone under the radar. You can get this guy, he's in and around that 5k MT mark, but what you're getting for this price, you're getting one of the best releases in the game, and you're getting like a downgraded Bobby Jones. Like, that's the best way to describe him. Like, his defense, he doesn't have the Hall of Fame defensive badges, but he has a lot of the defensive badges that Bobby Jones has on HOF. He has a lot of them on gold. Only one hot zone in the corner, which isn't great. Got a bunch of silver badges. He's 6'9", got good length. Elite on the defensive end. Can hit a wide open 3 if you know his release. Isn't going to dunk the ball particularly well. Handles, dribble moves are awful, by the way. Just a heads up. As well as that, he has got really good steal and block rating. Got good rebounding. Not great speed, but not awful. And really, really good lateral quickness. He's just worse Bobby Jones. He is literally just worse Bobby Jones. And I still think he's more than competitive. Like, you can be more than competitive with Andrei Kirilenko in your squad, in my opinion, especially if you are on next gen. If you're on current gen, I think he still does a job. I genuinely think he still does a job on current gen. So that is why he is in here at number 8. At number 7, we're going for a guy that's a better Trae Young. We've got Mo Williams. Mo Williams, there's a lot of guys named Williams, is ridiculous. Like, he's on offensively, the guy is a beast. The guy is an absolute beast. Like, you can get the guy for way under, like 3,400. If you guys saw my 20k squad yesterday, the guy had like 25 points in a quarter. Or in a half. Mo Williams has got 26 gold badges, including goal limitless, or range extender, or circuit, or deep threes. Gold quick first step. He's got gold flexible release, or sniper on next gen. Gold unpluckable. One kind of problem, maybe. Well, he doesn't come with clamps off rip. One problem is that it doesn't look like he has blinders, which is actually good for current gen because he doesn't have steady. On this gen right here, he doesn't have clamps, but he can get clamps and intimidator and stuff. But again, this guy is an offensive player. Like 91 3 ball. He's got no real defense, like 75 perimeter defense, 81 lateral quickness. It's not great. It's better than Trae Young, but he's at 94 speed. Base 4, really good dribble 6. The guy is just an offensive, like, he can more than hold his own on offense in this game. And at 3k MT, if you're on an extreme budget, yes, I would suggest just pay the extra for Chris Paul. But if you need a backup and you just want to play offense, he is before you can afford Fultz. I think the way you should go about it is get yourself Mo Williams. Then when you can afford Chris Paul, if you're just starting out, go get Chris Paul. And then work your way up towards getting Markelle Fultz to replace Mo Williams. That's the way I would go about just point guards in general in this game. Then we are on to number 7. And this is a guy that I really like, but I know some people don't. So it is D'Angelo Russell. So D'Angelo Russell right here, his Amethyst card. He's not the cheapest card on this list. He's also not the most expensive. At one stage, he was like literally 1,000 MT. But he's got a lot of really good things going for him. Please tell me he's not gone over 5k, because he was 1,000,000% under 5k. I clicked enabled. Did I? No, he was under 5k when I made this list, which was 25 minutes ago. Is he just not coming up in search or something? Did I type in something wrong? Ah, that makes sense. I typed in maximum bid 500. I was just confused. I was like, definitely he's not that expensive. Yeah, he's well under the 5k mark. But he is around, give or take a little bit, he is around 4k. But with D'Lo, what you're getting is a 6'5" point guard. He can get clamps, but I don't advise you to give him clamps. Just try find one with that badge. But he's got range extender. He's got Curry Slides, great dribbling animation. He's got the slender player build. He's got dead eye gold. He's got so many things going for him. He's got silver steady, which is great on next gen, not great on current gen. Guy's got an 87 3 ball. 6'5", so he will dunk occasionally. Obviously not going to get any like contacts. He's got awful perimeter defensive stats. but he's still got the length. At 6'5", you can more than compete in the defensive end most of the time, with just half decent lateral quickness. So again, this is another card that is really good for when you are just starting out the game. He is well and truly a starter card. He's not a card that you should be going out of your way to buy if you have the MT for a CP3 or something. But as an offensive point guard or as a secondary ball handler, the guy is really, really good. Like, really good. So then we are on to number 5. And I'm going to have to say there are a bunch of guys that could fit this exact role. So if you're looking like Ruby small forwards, Bruce Bowen fits this role. I'm not going to say Walt. Bruce Bowen fits this role perfectly. And then there are a bunch of 2 guards that fit this exact role perfectly. Like as in Lou Dort does it. I'm trying to think who else there is. I'm not going to put Eric Gordon because I do believe that D'Lo's the better version of them. Matisse Thybulle fits the role. Basically all these like gold clamps, 2 guards that are moderately fast. However, I think that just the best of them all for this price is Gerald Wallace. The reason why I'm not going to put a bunch of the exact same card on the list. Not Ben. Oh my God, not Ben Wallace. Ben Wallace will never make any top list. He will only be on the worst lists. He is my least favorite player. He's my most hated player in this entire gen. But Gerald Wallace, basically, he's so much better than all of the other guys that it's just crazy. Like, he's around the 5K mark. But with Gerald Wallace, what you're getting is half tireless defender, a bunch of good badges, great release. He's got gold corner specialist catch and shoot, gold clamps, gold heart crusher. He comes with gold quick first step as well, which is massive. Really good defensive animations, good 3-ball, good ball handle, like 92 steal, 93 perimeter defense. You're not getting much better than that as a perimeter defender. And then 90 speed, 83 speed ball, 90 acceleration, and 93 lateral quickness. Like, they are all unbelievable stats, and they definitely put him a step above all of the other like 3 and D cones that you are going to be getting for quite cheap. Gerald Wallace is an absolutely spectacular card, which is why he's in here at number 5. But if you guys want, like, there are definitely players, like for example, a lot of people will say that a Trae or that like a Thybulle or something is better than Trae Young. If you want to have that opinion, perfectly fine. But I just think that they're basically all the exact same card as Gerald Wallace, so I'm just going to put Gerald Wallace on this list. Then we have got number 4, and this is a debatable if you prefer this guy to someone like Gerald Wallace. It's Nick Anderson. I really like Nick Anderson. I really like this card. 3K MT, he's quite rare. If you guys don't know, I have like 30 of him on my Xbox account, and I probably should go and sell them. Investments. He's got gold circus 3s, gold deep 3s. If you're on next gen, the fact that he's got gold steady, which is gold blinders, is spectacular. Next or current gen, you know what? Gold steady is better than having it any lower than gold, I guess. Corner specialist gold as well. One of the easiest releases in the game. Got silver flexible release. 93 3-ball. He's got bronze clamps as well, which is quite a big one. And he's got good length, decent speed, and just all around, just a fantastic player. Like, for his price, you cannot go wrong with this guy. 3K MT, you've got a range extended player that can play competent defense. He plays lanes well, he moves well, he's fast. The guy is at a similar level to like a Michael Redd. Like, he's slightly worse, but he's at a similar level to that card, and he's 3K MT. So yeah, he's been out a while, but he's still elite. He is still absolutely elite, lads. Then we're on to number 3, and this is one of the most underrated players in the game. I'm sorry, Patrick Ewing. Like, Ewing's unbelievable. He was 2.5K. When I was making my 20K squad, I was shocked at how cheap he is. He's basically the pink diamond. Like, the guy is basically the pink diamond. He's 2.5K. I compare him to Ralph Sampson. 5 Hall of Fames versus 4. Like, he's already got better badges than Ralph Sampson. Both of them with drop stepper. You got rim protector. You got back down punisher on Ewing. He's got gold heart crusher, gold intimidator. He's also got set shooter, which is actually a pretty decent badge for next gen. His post game is unbelievable. Like, 7 foot tall, big wingspan. He's got an insane post fade and hook. He's also got a really solid mid range, and his release is iffy, but it's kind of similar to a Samson. 3-ball, he's not going to hit them very often. Good standing driving dunk. He's got solid perimeter defense and a good block rating. 60 speed, which is not unusable for a center in this game. 68 lateral quickness, which again is not unusable. It's not great, but it's not unusable. Like, for the price you're getting, you're not getting many great centers for this price. I'm saying that now. You're getting like a Markkanen who gets eaten alive by Ewing. Heck, even if Bargnani drops to this price, he still gets eaten alive inside by Ewing. Like, Ewing is up there with the best interior centers in the game on offense. If you guys know about how to use post-game, Ewing can absolutely dominate for you. So that's why he's number 3. And I think that's a fair place for him. And number 2, we've got basically better Kirilenko while also being similar to Gerald Wallace. And you might have this guy a little bit lower, but it's X-Man. It's Xavier McDaniel, and not the Sapphire Xavier McDaniel, who's absolutely awful. The Amethyst Xavier McDaniel. So a lot of people would say he's on a similar level to a Gerald Wallace, and I do tend to agree. Around 5k MT, so he is kind of that more expensive end of these cards. But he's got Huff Heart Crusher, which on current gen is unbelievable. Like, current gen, this guy is quality. Base 40, one of the best releases in the game. One of the best catch and shoot releases in the game. He's got Clamps Gold. He's got Intimidator Gold. He's got Giant Slayer Gold. Anchor Braces Gold. He's got Difficult Shots, which is only shooting badge, which is a little bit annoying. He's got an 82 three-pointer. He's got an 85 driving dunk. Sorry, an 85 standing, a 95 driving dunk, 86 ball handle. Like, look at that, 88, 88, 87, 87 with all his defense, which is insane. He's also got 90, 84, 90 with his speed, which is ridiculous, and 92 lateral quickness. As well as that, he's got an on-ball steal tendency of 84, which is really, really good. So what this card basically is he is somewhere in between Kirilenko and Bobby Jones. He is very similar to a Bobby Jones. I'm going to say that now, but he's somewhere in between Kirilenko and Jones. But man, like, I think you can use this guy. I'm not going to say you can use him if you're playing for money, but you could use this guy if you are trying to grind for Kevin McHale. Like, yeah, he's going to be outclassed, but he's more than capable on defense. He's an elite defensive player. Yeah, he's kind of weak on offense, but if you can find a way to make him work, he works like with an 85 standing dunk, 95 driving dunk. Like, you're looking at his badges, just throw Lob City on him. You can get Lob City, I assume, can he? Yeah, throw Lob City finisher on him. You can use him as a roll, man. Either way, even without that badge, you can still probably catch lobs with his ratings. And he's an elite defensive player, so he's a more than usable card in like a pseudo-competitive setting. And then at number 1, and it's not even close. It is not even close. The best by a country mile is Shawn Kemp. Shawn Kemp by a mile is the best player at this price. Like, for Shawn, for like 3.5k, like, he's so much cheaper than 4k MT. Shawn Kemp, and it's not even close. Like, there's no debate. It's number 1, Kemp. Number 2, the rest. Siakam, when he is under 5k, is really, really good. He was not under 5k when I saw him. But like, Shawn Kemp, the dude can shoot the 3 ball, can shoot the mid, catches lobs better than anyone I've used this year, can handle the ball, has got quick first step, can be a point center, has got elite speed, and not the worst defensive player in the world. He's also got half showtime on current gen. He's got quick first step with the speed glitch, as well as 86 ball handle with a coach. And the fact he can hit consistently from the corners because of his release. Shawn Kemp at this price, honestly, is the best, and in my opinion, not particularly close. I don't think it's particularly close. I think Kemp, without question, belongs on top of the pantheon for the best players under 5k MT in this game. So anyway, that's the video. Maybe I forgot people. Maybe there are players that have jumped up or down in price. Guys like, again, a Pascal Siakam. A lot of these cards tend to jump a lot in price, these season of giving players. They really do. A lot of them go up and down, up and down, up and down. Like De'Aaron Fox, when I looked at him, he was over 5k MT when I was making his list. He might be under 5k right now. Like, he was there or thereabouts. And just like with the Chris Paul situation, like, again, he's another pretty good one. But he did kind of jump up and down. Other guys on these, or are like Larry Markkanen and stuff. But it is still the weirdest thing ever. With just the specifically Season of Giving players, those guys tend to go up 3 to 5k, like fluctuate almost every single day. So if there are cards, like for example a De'Aaron Fox, that is less than 5k MT, that didn't make this list, don't worry. If he is less than 5k, he will be on the... De'Aaron Fox is good enough, he will be on the 10k list. But if you're asking in the comments specifically for him, he will definitely be on the 10k list. But right now he's... when I checked, even though he was below 5k 2 days ago, he was above 5k when I checked. So anyway, that's the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.